What's to YouTube fam? It's your girl TK, and I'm in my house vlogging, darling. And I decided that I wanted to talk to you guys about a cold case. Actually, it's going to be 3 cold cases. And honestly, I don't know what made me want to talk to you guys about this, but I thought this would be an interesting topic because the men that I will be discussing, they are like celebrities. They were well known and they were well respected within their communities that they individually belong to. Now, I want you guys to note that you can always follow along with me on my community tab because I actually documented how I was feeling about Malcolm X, Tupac Shakur, as well as King Von on my community tab, okay? And if you guys think that I should do some changes or whatever, you are more than welcome to come to my community tab and just state your opinion, period. Anyhow, today, like I was saying, I will be discussing, cold cases and how they are attached to disclosures, assassination, and murder. And I've already told you today we're going to be talking Malcolm X, Tupac Shakur, as well as King Von. Now, I want you guys to have a better understanding of what a cold case means, okay? Now, a cold case by definition is an unsolved criminal investigation as of a homicide or abduction that has stopped being actively pursued because of a lack of evidence. That is exactly what a cold case stands for. Now, I have a question for you. Question: are you aware that Malcolm X, Tupac Shakur, and King Von, well, they are all attached to a cold case? Well, at this point, you should be aware because I gave you that information as I started the video. But if you aren't aware, I want you guys to know that these men are all attached to a cold case. I mean, you telling me with all this video out here, with all this evidence and people like documenting on YouTube, no one is providing any information to investigators, the police. No one is saying anything. These are celebrities and their cases are still considered cold case. Honestly, to me, when I think about it, I think it's a whole fucking thriller. Anyhow, I wanted to review each file with you with just some of the last statements that were made prior to the death, right? So the first person I want to start off with is Malcolm X. Now, Malcolm X started to receive death threats, and those death threats happened like 2 months prior to his death. As a matter of fact, one well-known person named Louis Farrakhan actually penned a note. Now, according to the note, it says the die is set and Malcolm shall not escape. Such a man is worthy of death. Please note that Malcolm X was he was attached to disclosures. He was attached to speaking up about freedom and injustices within the Black and brown community. That is exactly what Malcolm X was attached to. The next person we're going to be discussing is Tupac Shakur. Now, of course, you guys should already know that Tupac Shakur is not someone that is new to my YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, you can look at my content page and you will see that I have been discussing Mr. Tupac Shakur, aka Machiavelli, on my YouTube channel. Now, I want you guys to know prior to his death, he almost knew something was going to happen. As a matter of fact, he had an album, and the album was The 7-Day Theory. And he acknowledged a murder attempt on his life. This was an acknowledgement by Tupac Shakur. Not only was he providing, you know, his followers with some type of acknowledgement, something was going to happen to him, but Tupac Shakur was shot via a drive-by shooting, and the assailant could not be identified. You know, this is really a thriller when you think about it. You know, first he was initially he was in this like argument, and then from that argument it was a drive-by shooting, bang bang. No one still knows to this day what happened. Again, I mean, this man was a very liked man. He was a freaking mega star at the time. There wasn't no Jay-Z's at the time. There was the Tupacs, the real artists. This man can really rap. You know what I'm saying? Just listen to Bonnie and Clyde, compare it to Jay-Z and Tupac. You can hear the, you know what I'm saying, the realness in Tupac's voice. You know? Now let's move on. The next person we're going to speak about is King Von. Now, King Von also noted in an album, Grandson, that that he knew something was going to happen, but he wanted people, his followers, to know something. So he came out with a song, When I Die. And when he came out with this song, he let people know that when he died, it was going to be an inside job. It wasn't going to be just any fucking body. It was going to be somebody that he knew that was taking his life. You know, it was going to be one of those situations, almost like the second reply. You know, this is King Von is giving those sentiments. And that to me is a fucking thriller. As a matter of fact, before he was shot, his whole situation is almost so similar to Tupac Shakur's. Like, he got into an argument, and from that argument, there was a drive-by shooting, and it took his life. Very unfortunate situation, but it did happen, guys. It absolutely happened. And these three men, well-known men, they are attached to death, and they believe that the deaths or their murders were all going to be planned. Isn't that a thriller? Anyhow, guys, it's kind of late. I did not get like a lot of sleep the night before, so I'm gonna try to get a lot of sleep tonight. But I wanted to make this video and share with you guys my thoughts. Honestly, like I was saying, I knew I was going to talk about Malcolm X because I got interested in Malcolm X because of Beyonce. You know, she was singing in Black Parade about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, but she did reference Mama Tina. And I'm like, what the fuck is she referencing her for? Is she thinking her sister was going to be assassinated? It was one of those situations. It became a thriller. From there, I learned a lot more about Tupac Shakur and how Jay-Z has been duplicating him, you know. And then from me looking at the Renaissance or paying attention to what's going on, the second reply happened. And that was Lil Durk. You know what I'm saying? At this point, he's the second Jay-Z. Now, if that's not a thriller, good friend, I don't know what the fuck is. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if so, like, comment, and subscribe. Please keep those notifications on. Let me know that you know that I'm online. Stay safe, stay blessed, follow laws, rules, regulations, policies, and procedures, because you don't know when, where, and or how it might impact you. Bye, guys.